The Frames Per Second podcast. Thanks for listening to Frames Per Second. My name is Kenneth B. And joining me on the show, we have Nay.
Hello.
We have Rod.
What's up, man?
And we have Mike.
Yo.
Nick is out this week.
But we got Jalen, though. That's
Jalen's here. Yeah, he may chime in from behind the desk. But yeah, we just wanted to have a quick conversation about two events that occurred last week that kind of caught the attention of myself and others as well in the media. As everyone is aware of, we've discussed on here about the writer's strike. Mm-hmm. And there were two people that were going back into production without the writers. One was Drew Barrymore, and the other is Bill Meyer?
Bill Maher.
Maher. Okay. So yeah, they caught some flack for it last week. So I'm gonna read Bill's first. This is long, so I'm not gonna read all of it. But he said Real Time is coming back. He posted it September 13th on Twitter. 21 million views. Real Time is coming back. Unfortunately, sans writers or writing. It has been 5 months, and it's time to bring people back to work. The writers have important issues that I sympathize with and hope they are addressed to their satisfaction, but they are not the only people with issues, problems, and concerns. Despite some assistance from me, much of the staff is struggling mightily. We all were hopeful this would come to an end after Labor Day, but that day is coming on. And there still seems to be nothing happening. I love my writers. I am one of them, but I'm not prepared to lose an entire year and see so many below-the-line people suffer so much. I will honor the spirit of the strike by not doing a monologue, desk piece, new rules, or editorial, the written pieces that I'm so proud of on Real Time. And I'll say it up front to the audience. The show I would be doing without my writers would not be as good as our normal show, full stop. But the heart of the show is an off-the-cuff panel discussion that aims to cut through the bullshit, blah, 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 blah. The show will not disappoint. Drew Barrymore basically said the same, not a same thing, but she said, yes, I will be going back on production without the writers.
I know y'all gonna be mad about it. I'm sorry.
Yep. But she backtracked. I saw this today. September 17th, 1:45 p.m. She said she's actually, she apologized and she is pausing the show after facing intense scrutiny for resuming production during the strike. She said, I have listened to everyone and I am making the decision to pause the show's premiere until the strike is over. She wrote on Instagram, I have no words to express my deepest apologies to anyone I've hurt and, of course, to our incredible team who works on the show and has made what it is today. So,
what show is it?
Her talk show.
Huh?
She has a talk show.
Yeah. So she was trying to do it on the 18th. The Drew Barrymore show, we're our new seasons, 4 episodes, but that has since stopped.
So is there a point where I don't know if we
go ahead. Yeah, we can start. Yeah.
Is there no point in y'all's opinion where it's like, okay, it's been whatever months, year, or whatever, like I understand that they want to get back to work. For y'all, or is it just all the way fucked up? Or is it not fucked up at all for them?
Honestly, when I saw that she was going back, I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up because she was standing with the writers and she's changing her mind because she can and want to go back to work and she's going back to work without them. So that reversal seemed like real fucked up to me,
right?
That she would do that.
And I think like when we first had this conversation, that was one of my main things. It wasn't even about the writers for me. It was about the people that's supporting the writers. Is where I could see the problem coming in, is if you don't have the support of directors and actors and things of that, it might not work. So that was my concern when we first talked about it. So now I think it's interesting to see that they actually do play a major factor in this thing potentially working.
The strike being successful.
Yeah. I think that's really the only way it works, honestly, in these days.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that for me, I understand the dilemma because you have so many other cast members or so many other members that you have to get paid. But by being able to reintroduce your show, you're proving that you can do it without the writers. So you're just enforcing. You're making it more difficult for the strike to be successful. And in order for this particular, I think especially considering it seems that they're at such a stalemate with no date in sight for when this is going to fix itself or come to some sort of compromise. Like, it's going to have to be some harsh changes in the entertainment industry. And unfortunately, everybody's going to feel the brunt of it in order for it to be successful. So I get the dilemma, but they're just re-engaging what the studios are saying, that we don't really need them. We can make it work without them.
Yeah, if she comes back, like, there has to be also pressure on the people like her to also feel the brunt of it, so they can be like, hey man, y'all need to work out something.
So that they can put pressure. You're putting pressure on the wrong party. It's like you're saying, let's get back to work, when you really need to be saying, wait, no, y'all got to figure this out, because we can't go back to work until they're here, and this is hurting my pocket. This, so it's like they're focusing the attention in the wrong direction.
Yeah. You have any thoughts on this, Mike?
Not really. I mean, I think people are justified in thinking that she's a shithead for this, especially since she tries to come off as so sweet and innocent and all that other shit, and then she does this. And there's no part of me that feels bad for her. I saw the video where she's, crying. I mean, it looked as fake as that Jonathan Majors fight. So, and then she's like, oh, I changed my mind, after thinking about this. No, you didn't. You knew it was going to happen. You did this hoping that you were big enough and that your status of being this really sweet, innocent person would not get you jumped on. And you got jumped on, and you deserved every bit of that jumping. Don't cry about being bullied. Don't cry about people being mean to you. You shit on the writers. You did.
Yeah. And
they should have picketed outside of her building. They should have said all of the things they said to her on Twitter. You deserved it. That was fucked up.
Yeah, the WGA East on Twitter said that the show is a WGA covered struck show that is planning to return without its writer. The Guild has and will continue to picket struck shows that are in production during the strike. Any writing on the Drew Barrymore show is in violation of WGA strike rules. The WGAW president said that there's a distinction between the two. I guess people were judging them differently. But he said on an interview with CNN's The Lead with Jake Taper that where is it? That there's a distinction between Bill Maher and the others because he is a Writers Guild members. The others, I believe, are SAG members, and they may have waivers to do the shows. He wasn't sure, but he is a Writers Guild member. And he's going back to work, so he has a lot of people saying that's scabbing. So yeah.
Also, he's actually crossing the picket line
because he says he's a writer as well.
Yeah,
I thought she said that too. She said that too, right? She's a writer.
I think
she said she like when she went in her statement.
I don't think she's credited as a writer on the show though.
I don't think so either. But
but talk shows are different. It could be she could be if she's given any sort of monologue or anything like that in the beginning. I don't watch her show to know. I really thought it was interview based.
Bill Maher definitely went on record very recently saying that he is a writer. I mean, Bill Maher's a piece of shit anyway, so nothing he does is absolutely surprising. He's a fucking asshole. And, he went on and was talking about, the writers, yeah, but I mean, what about all the other people that are suffering because of this? And it's like, you don't give a fuck about them either. Like, you're rich, Drew Barrymore is rich. Like,
generationally,
if y'all want to throw some money out, y'all could have done that shit. Y'all could have covered their salaries for however long that they needed to do this. But y'all can't make anybody with half a brain believe that y'all went back to work because you feel bad for the people that are suffering.
It was good framing, writing it up, to try to appeal to people and make it seem like I'm doing this for them, not me. But it's just like, come on, bro. And I think, for him to kind of, what did he call them, low income tiered or something like that? It was just even the wording of that. It was like, so they're low income, which is something you can correct. But if they're low income, isn't this something the strike is doing to address? So...
For the writers, not necessarily for them. So, I mean, but if the writers are able to come out of this with some sort of benefit in working in their favor that might give them more leverage to do the same thing.
So he's probably referencing other staff members outside of the writers.
Yeah, like
Is that what
craft
we're saying?
services, all that kind of
Okay, I
stuff.
misunderstood
But he could
that,
influence
yeah.
that himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the strike to happen to say, "Oh, I want to raise their pay." He could do it himself.
He said on low. That's what he said. That was his quote.
Who's
I thought he
the
said
his?
about
Bill Maher?
Bill Maher.
Well, he said below the line people.
Yeah, below the line
suffer so much.
is lingo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just regular industry lingo. Below the line and above the line is like above the line is directors, stuff, people like that, executive producers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I misunderstood that.
That's just lingo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
So
not.
are
He was,
writers are below or above? Writers.
I
would be
believe writers are above. If I'm not
Okay,
mistaken.
so if writers
Yeah.
are above,
Wait.
which is-
That's
that's
what
what I thought too.
Wait. They could be below though. Hold on, because editors are actually below. I think editors.
If the
below.
writers are below
Yeah.
the line, then his statement wouldn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, they're probably below then, because editors I think are below as well.
But if writers are below, then his statement wouldn't make any sense.
Hold on.
But still, it's like I'm not prepared to lose an entire year, and then after that to see so many below the line suffer. So I don't know. It just seems very self-serving, which it is.
It is, of
But
course.
you're trying to also frame it in a way that you're trying to aid other people, which to a certain degree you are. But at the same time, it's like pick a side, and I guess
Because none of
he
them are
was.
selling their homes and having to figure out their situation, right? They're not willing to downsize their lifestyle. And like I said, Drew Barrymore, that's nepotism at its finest. Like, she's generationally in this entertainment industry, so she's good.
Who was her parents?
Up to her great grandfather. I think her great grandfather were in some of the first films ever made. When they started not silent films, but once they start, yeah, the Barrymores go back generations in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't the case, she's been in the industry since she was a child. She's got plenty of money.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't feel bad for her. And those little fake tears are her little table. Come on, man. You didn't even actually cry. I get so tired of people doing this long ass, I'm getting ready to cry. You're getting ready to cry was 10 fucking minutes. Show me some water. Or I'm not
Everybody
buying
don't
this.
feel comfortable shedding tears.
Then don't film this bullshit. I just want you to know. Here, little cricket. I just want you to know. Get the fuck out of here, man. Unless you actually crying, get the fuck off my screen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's where we are. 140 something days, I think, into the strike, and you can see the pressure is starting to be felt. So where we go from here, I don't know. Well,
Felt by who?
them, not like Bill Maher and Drew Barrymore, they're feeling pressure and made some ill-advised decisions, depending on which side you stand on, to resume. So if they're feeling it, then and they were the one that took action. I would imagine others are. But where's it going to go?
Thought about it.
Yeah,
They
but
were
now
probably waiting to see what happened with them too.
yeah, now I'm like, which is good that she did reconsider. We'll see what happened with Bill Maher. No update on him, but
I don't know if she's gonna recover.
Who, Drew Barrymore?
That innocent girl next door thing is probably out the window at this point.
Yeah,
I saw some tweets saying that.
So, according to this graph right here, everybody that's above the line is producers, executive producer, line producer, director, cinematographer, the cast, and the writers. So they're actually all above the line.
That's what I was saying. Right.
So yeah, people like I said, editors and camera operators, key grips, lighting, all of those people are below. So it's the main crew is really below the line. The ones that actually, it's just like corporate. You know what I'm saying? The people that actually help the company stay afloat to get paid the less.
Right, but Bill Maher framing it like I'm trying to protect the little guy is absolute bullshit.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, that's it. We just wanted to kind of do a quick update since those developments happened last week. And yeah, please feel free to share your comments on Spotify. You can actually do that, or on our Reddit, reddit.com/FPS podcast, or send us a tweet or a post on IG. Catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
All right.